So welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. It's so lovely to be with you. And feel free to put in the chat box where you're zooming in from, where in the Zoomiverse you are speaking or listening in from. This evening we're here from 7 until 8:30 and inviting people to please treat this like a kind of Sangha Sunday evening radio. You're very welcome to put the Stephen says to Joe, please mute your WhatsApp. I can really use this help and feedback, so thanks very much for that. Yeah, so we are here for an hour and a half. We've got some of the artists from the album are going to be dropping in, and if you are one of those people, there's quite a few people here, so we might not know. I can see Charity is here. That's wonderful. So anyone, artists that are here that are interested or would like to be present with me on the screen to have a little chat and or play some music, then please let me know. We've got a few people that are already lined up to do that, and we're going to watch a few pre-recorded videos as well. So thanks very much. So we're here to release this record, which is Peace Sounds 3. So this comes as, it's a third release in a record label that was started by myself and Elina Penn. Give a little love heart in the chat box if you know who Elina is. So Elina was very pioneering in the Wake Up London Sangha when that began back in 2010, 11. And we met at an event, I remember, in Hyde Park, like a picnic after the Sangha. And she told me that that Thich Nhat Hanh was coming to London in 2012, and could we get some kind of music thing together? And it started as a song, and then it went on from there and became an album. And then, yeah, this is number 3. So each time it's been done, the idea was that it was some kind of fundraising project. Like it was fundraising for a project within the Wake Up or the Plum Village UK Sangha. So the second one, Peace Sounds 2, came out in 2016, and that was an album that raised money for the Wake Up London crew. So that's the kind of 16, 18 to 35-ish year olds, and it helped to pay for stuff that we were doing, help for young adults, like retreats, help some of us go to Plum Village and stuff. And this one is for the Being Peace Practice Centre, which I'm sure many of you know about. But I'm going to share with you the little fundraising video that actually one of our artists tonight, Joshua K, has many talents. He also helped with some videography and helped to make this film. So I'm going to play this out to you, and this kind of explains what the project is for. And so let me just share my screen. Also love to know how you're feeling this evening, we have this Plum Village tradition of sharing our weathers, so we can say that, the sun is out, or maybe it's a bit gloomy, and that's all right as well, so we're here together and all weathers are welcome. So you can just throw that in the chat box whenever you would like to. It's nice to kind of know how people are feeling. So this is the Being Peace Practice fundraiser video.
Plum Village UK.
Give it to you from the beginning.
Hello, we're Plum Village UK, the growing network of people in the Plum Village tradition of engaged Buddhism, founded by Vietnamese Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, or Thai. We're fundraising for our most ambitious project to date, to create a new mindfulness centre here in the UK, already named the Being Peace Practice Centre. Our vision is to create a place of refuge located in the countryside, yet close enough to an urban centre, allowing us to engage in local outreach work. The centre will offer a year-round programme of retreats and events for all individuals, families and groups to come and practice mindfulness, while living, working and fostering togetherness as a community and enjoying the physical and mental health benefits of time spent in a natural environment.
I remember when I first came to the Plum Village group, the young adults group, it's called Wake Up, and I was getting interested in meditation and mindfulness, and I was finding that it was something that was really supporting my mental health in many ways.
The practice is for everyone who want to practice mindfulness and practice compassion on themselves, also to give this compassion now to others.
We're living through extremely challenging times amidst various wars, social and ecological breakdown, and growing mental and physical health problems. As individuals, many experience loneliness, estranged from a sense of community. Disconnection from ourselves, others, and the natural world has led us to a precipice, and we need real medicine to remedy these problems. Thich Nhat Hanh had a dream, along with Martin Luther King, who nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize, to bring the practice of mindfulness to the West. He began with a community in the south of France, naming it Plum Village, creating a healthy, nourishing environment where people could come and learn the art of mindful living. There are now Plum Village monasteries in the United States, Australia, and Thailand. But to realise Thai's vision of a centre in the UK, we need crucial financial support. We need a property with land and potential for development to accommodate large groups and families, including the potential for a regenerative agricultural farm similar to that of Plum Village's Happy Farm. You can support in any of the following ways: by making regular small or large donations, by making a one-off donation, by including us in your will, by offering a friendly loan, by engaging in fundraising for us, or by introducing us to other potential investors.
We need more mindfulness, we need more peace, because the world is so fragmented, life is so difficult for all the reasons we know, so we definitely need more centers and more places where people can just reconnect with themselves and also take time to reflect and to go within.
Can you help us turn Thich Nhat Hanh's dream into a reality? Together, we can create a lasting legacy for future generations. Get in touch today.
Lovely. Yeah, thanks very much for watching that together with us. So this is part of a fundraising year for Plum Village UK. There's been lots of events so far. There's been events like this evening. There's also been all kind of things, from big mindful walks and charity art auction. I think that's coming up quite soon. And also kind of mindfulness kind of marathons I think have happened. And there was a Dharma dog show. It's all going on basically. And it's nice to be a part of this kind of rich community. And these albums have come out of being a musician myself and really enjoying playing songs to the Sangha and realizing how much music meant to the community when I first arrived in it, realizing how welcome songs were. And I know that has roots in Thich Nhat Hanh's love of Vietnamese folk music and kind of seeing music as a vehicle to bring messages of peace into the world. And it's something that I've spoken to many artists about, including Betsy Rose, who's quite a treasure in the Plum Village tradition. She wrote a lot of classic songs. And she told me this lovely story about how when she was in her late 20s, early 30s, Ty was over in the States, and he was running, but first bringing the teachings to the West, and was inviting artists to come along and have retreats where there'd be dancers and playwrights and poets and songwriters. And he'd say, you know, we need artists to share what they do to get the message of peace out into the world. And it's very much the vision behind bringing artists together with the Peace Sounds project. So there we go. So we're going to start. We already started at the top of the album. We listened to Martha Tilston, who's an English singer-songwriter. Maybe you could put a smile or a something in the chat box if you know Martha Tilston or you've seen her. I've had the pleasure of seeing Martha a few times. Actually, when I was growing up, my parents are folk musicians, and we were, so Ian has there in St Albans. We were very lucky to have a young Martha Tilston play at my parents' folk club. That was many, many years ago. And then I've seen her at Glastonbury, I've seen her at Butterfield and many other places. So you heard Good World at the top of the show there, but I thought it'd be quite nice to play this, which was a recording that Martha made for the Winter Warmer Festival that we never actually had time to play on the evening. Martha has a new album out, Luminous, and there's a track that's inspired by Thai called Walk in Beauty. So we're going to play that out now. Thank you very much. Yes, keep things coming on the chat. It's really nice to connect with you in that way. So this is Martha Tilston and Walk in Beauty.
Yeah, it's a privilege to play for you at Plum Village. And yeah, oh, so maybe we'll do that one now, maybe Walk in Beauty. Yeah, I've been really touched by Thich Nhat Hanh, and we were talking last night about the walking meditation, and then this song came to mind, and this is the first time that it's been played. So far. Yeah, I think so. May you walk in beauty, in beauty. 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 And may you walk in beauty, in beauty. And may you walk in beauty, in beauty. May you rest in the waters of your heart. May you rest in the waters of your heart. May you rest in the waters of your heart. May you rest in the waters of your heart still. May you still those waters of your heart. May you still those waters of your heart. And may you walk in beauty, in beauty. May you walk in beauty, in beauty. an eagle, way above the plateau. And may you soar like an eagle, way above the plateau. May you soar like an eagle, way above the plateau. And may you walk in beauty, in beauty. May you return to a higher love again and again.
Lovely. That was Martha Tilston with Walk in Beauty. That's a beautiful song, isn't it? So well worth checking out. You can find Martha's website that's available on Bandcamp as well. So yeah, so if you've just joined us recently, like in the last few songs, you're very welcome, as I've said, to not be on the screen, just to turn the screen off and rest your eyes and have a listen like kind of radio. And otherwise, you're very welcome to be here and look at all these wonderful faces as well. Maybe everyone give a wave so everyone can see everyone else. You can probably go to gallery view there. Yeah. So we're going to move on to our first live performer. So we're going to introduce you to Rachel, who goes under the name Wondrous Sound. Rachel, you with me?
I'm with you, Joe.
Wonderful. It's so good to be with you. Rachel, how are you and where are you?
I'm well, thanks. I'm in a little tiny house in France.
Ah,
Yeah.
anywhere near Plum Village?
I am. I'm a little cycle ride about 20 minutes
Okay.
away next to a lake near Aimé. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And if I may ask you, I know and love you as a songwriter. When did all that start for you, like music in your life?
Oh, when I was about 7, actually, I think. Or
Okay.
even probably before. But yeah, I was saying to someone the other day, I've been playing music for 30 years. And they were like, what? Because I look about 15. But it's true.
And when you were 7, what were you up to? How were you making music? What were you up to?
I was writing terrible songs. I wrote a song about a Cinquecento, actually.
Did you? All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
Is that still part of your repertoire?
I've forgotten the chords, but I remember the lyrics. But I really wanted a Fiat Cinquecento, and
Yeah.
I did actually get one. I got a slightly different model, but I did get a Fiat when I was 19.
Did you? Oh, that's testimony to dreams
came
coming true. Yeah.
I was manifesting from my bedroom.
And how about your connection to Plum Village? When did you come across the Sangha or Thai?
Yeah, well, that was, I think, actually, it was 2015. I discovered the book Silence, which, yeah, it makes me happy because I love sound. But one of the things I love about sound is the silence that it comes from. And yeah, I'd started to read about Zen in particular, and then I found Thich Nhat Hanh. And it was a difficult moment in my life, and I was doing a lot of social justice work, and I was on the edge of a sort of collapse there. And so discovering, his poetry and his words and his community, it really was like a refuge that I then went to the next year to a wake-up retreat, actually.
Oh yeah. And you're kind of well known in these days in Plum Village. You've often got a big gong bell with you. That's how I imagine you kind of wandering around the village.
I just drag it around,
Offering, so it's kind of sound healing, isn't it? That you're.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now I really like walls of sound.
Yeah.
And also the silence after the sound. There's nothing like just being gonged for 45 minutes and then it just stops and then there is just this space, you know?
It's like you're back to that silence again. How you
Exactly.
Yeah. Sounds beautiful.
It's good.
So musically you're also because I know you've got quite a history. You were a drummer in a band, weren't you, for a while? Yeah.
I'm a drummer. I like hitting things.
Yes, that's right. I can see
gong.
the pattern there. So from And then you also were, so there was Gaps as well, wasn't there? Which was that was was it a duo?
A
You were a
duo,
duo.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
me and a man called Ed, who I
Okay.
went to school with actually, but we
Oh yeah.
both ended up in Brighton, and it was sort of an accident how it came together. But I'd been writing again, not
Yeah.
about Cinquecentos. It was a bit deeper then.
I had it's called As It Is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had that penned for this album, but then when you started doing your own stuff, it seemed more to include that instead. But I
Oh,
recommend
thanks.
anyone finding that stuff, which is on, where is that? Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's around. I think it's on YouTube and Spotify.
Okay,
So check it out.
GAPS. We'll find a link and put it in the
GAPS.
chat box.
Yes. As
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
And so your songwriting now, this, well, the song on the album, Human Heart, is that was from your first release, was it, as Wondrous Sound?
No, I think it was the third release actually.
Ah, prolific stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got four. Well, I just released another one, but it's not an album. It's only 2 tracks.
Okay.
But you know, they felt like enough together.
Yeah.
So so I put that out. But yeah, I can't stop writing songs, Jay.
Great.
So I
You're,
just carry on. Yeah.
yeah. So would you like to play us? Even if you'd like to play us a couple, Rachel, you're welcome to. If you
Yeah.
just want to play one, that's fine too.
Yeah, I think I'll play Human Heart and then we'll see how we go.
All right. See how we
If that's
feel.
all right with you and everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to be with you all.
Lovely. You can give Rachel some love and encouragement in the chat box there. All
Oh,
right,
yeah,
over to you.
do. Thank you, Jay. I'm going to put my special mic sound on. How we go. High fidelity music mode. Let's give this a go. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for the love.
You've seen the chat box there, Rachel.
Oh yeah, I've got the hearts. Why not one eye on the hearts? Thanks so much. I think have I got time to play one more, Jay? So I just love oohing.
Please do. Ooh away.
I love oohing, and it brings me a lot of peace. And I don't know how everyone's heart is at the moment, but I've got one. Yeah, my heart's also in Palestine and Israel at the moment, and any place who's not at peace, because we are connected. And yeah, I just want to ooh for my own nervous system and for everyone else's on planet Earth. Ooh for peace, exactly. I wrote this song when I was in lockdown, actually, waiting to go into New Hamlet, and it's called Feeling the Way. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for putting this beautiful album together, Jay. To everyone else
Thank you
involved.
very much, Rachel. Super. I'm going to ask you to mute SPF. Perfect. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, as I said in the invitation to the evening with the events in the Middle East, it felt only right to offer a few moments of quiet for that. And I'm going to ask as well if anyone during the evening has found, I don't know, places where their kind of heart can go to online. I'm going to share something that was shared by Friends of Plum Village, the Quakers, yesterday, about actions that can be taken in solidarity there. Feel free to use the chat for that. In Plum Village tradition, I wanted to use the sound of the bell, so I'll have a sound of the bell and we'll have a couple of minutes to hold all affected in the violence there in our hearts, and also anyone in the world who is subject to violence, which is reported and unreported. So just have a sound of the bell now. And another one to close after 2 minutes. Thank you very much, friends. So, yes, I wanted to invite... Actually, no, we're going to watch a video first. And then after that, we're going to go over to the States to speak to one of our artists, Charity Khan, who's joined us. I'm just looking in the chat box and seeing that there are people from, many different places. Hello to Bristol and Brighton. I saw something in Wales there, in Ireland. Yeah, really nice to have you all with us. So I wanted to play you something by an artist called Born Eye. Born Eye can't be with us this evening, but he sends his best wishes and invited me to play out the music video that goes with the song that is included on the album. So Afosu Jones Quartet is artist name Born Eye, and he's been a part of the Plum Village tradition, a mindfulness teacher in the States, and came across Ty's teachings that way, and then has been a part of the Plum Village tradition for some time. He's got quite well known because he's incredible with words and fits many, many words into a short amount of time. And this also had a resonance with the current abbot of Upper Hamlet, Fat Brother Fap who also loves rapping. And so the two of you might have seen the two of them together at festivals, and they've also worked on a project with some other monastics. Afosu was very gracious to say that we could use his track in this moment for the album. And one of the lyrics says, I try and get this right. I know that my teacher would be disappointed, and all of the teachings he gave me are pointless. But I know that I'll just be here and watch my breath and observe it. And he's talking about Ty there. So this is In This Moment by Born Eye.
Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is the moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that is real. Moments they come and these moments they go. If we come back again, it's the infinite flow. But until then, we still in the moment forever. The past is forgotten, the future is never. The present is all that we know and can measure. Joy in the pain and the pleasure. Making it better or making it worse. If it's the second, then make it reverse. Until the day that I'm laid in the hearse, I'ma just be out here making it work. I fell in love with cocaine as a flirt. Search for the feeling, escaping the hurt. Mix it with Tito's, don't mix it with needles. I'm wet like a fish and I'm high like an eagle. Becoming the villain, supplying my ego. One moment a hero, the next one I'm evil. I don't know who I am half of the time. Let it all go, if I black out it's fine. I'm sick of dealing with life as a chore. Really don't wanna feel nothing no more. Do it from sundown to sundown again. Racing myself for the come down again. Hating myself in the come down again. Wait for the party to come round again. I know my teacher would be disappointed. All of the training he gave me was pointless. But even though right now I feel like I'm worthless, I'ma just look at my mind and observe it. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that's real. I try to focus excitement, sit in the lotus alignment. The truth is that I wanna know what's inside, and the Buddha said you'll never know till you try it. So I sit in silence and steady my breathing and try to see something I never believed in. I wanna know every part of my soul, how it develops and how it unfolds. All these emotions lock me in a prison. Soon as I notice they gone in an instant. Knock knock, who's there when the door swings? Robin Hood with an arrow and the bowstrings. Look for the light at the end of the tunnel. All of the ways I defended my struggle. I am the child, I am the parent, I am illusion, I am awareness, I am the pain that I didn't take care of, that turned into all of the things that I'm scared of. What do I notice is none of it lasts. Same as the lightning and thunder that crash. All of the thoughts and the feelings and fears stay for a moment and then disappear. Everything in me is naturally free. All that's required is I let it be. I am the sun, I am the storm. They call me infinite when I was born. I am enough is the mantra repeated for all of the love and compassion that's needed. And yes, I might fall again, but then I'll rise again, sitting cross-legged and closing my eyes again. and closing my eyes again, and closing my eyes again, and closing my eyes again. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you have is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that's real.
So that was Born I in this moment. Yeah, it's a great track, isn't it? So just as that plays out at the end, we're going to go over to the States, or rather stay there, and we're going to speak to Charity Khan, who's joining us. We're going to then play Charity's track out. Charity, how are you? Lovely to see you.
Hi there. Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hi.
Good to be here. This is
Yeah.
really sweet, and just the timing of everything too. Thank you for the 2 minutes and allowing us to kind of land into that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So could you tell us, where are you? It's looking like a beautiful day there.
Yeah, well, I'm just in my yard in Oakland, California, and pretty far away from all of you physically, but not heart-wise.
Right.
Feeling very connected. But yeah, it's a gorgeous day. Got the sun up there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, if I might, Charity, similar to Rachel, I'm interested in your musical journey. Like, when did you become interested in music, or realize that it was something that it's a big part of your life and you share it with many people?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised similar to you, I was raised by musicians. My parents were piano teachers, and my dad was an organist and a choir director. And I think it's just, I don't know if I really had a choice.
Right.
I
Yeah, I know
actually,
that
my
feeling.
degree, yeah, I studied math. My degree's in math, and I did software engineering for a while, but it just all, I came back to it because it's just in my blood and in my bones. And I think as a way of, really being human on this planet, which is such a challenge, being awake and human. For me, music is a way of coming home, a way of being able to sort of listen to what's inside. And that started at an early age. I think sitting at the piano, starting at age, I don't know, 4 or 5, was probably my earliest, in a sense, aside from my experiences in nature, like probably my earliest spiritual experiences were just connecting with sound and vibration, and that energy of creativity, and really calm, and meditation.
I find that, really beautiful, how young bodies just soak that up, and it's working on so many levels, I think, that comes out later. Do you remember writing songs? At what point that started?
Yeah, so I actually have this little notebook that I from my childhood, that I found recently, that has little, right when I was beginning to be able to write music notation, which I'm guessing was probably around 6 or 7. And princesses, castles, that sort of thing. Child of the, born in 69 and child of the 70s. So, and then, I didn't actually write at all. I was classically trained, and I've kind of come to realize later in life that my dad was really a composer and a songwriter that he never really kind of manifested that, but it was in there. And I think I went sort of in a structured route for a while. And then in my late teens, I started writing for real. And then it was like all over, and it became, everything. It's just, how do I express myself? How do I work through stuff? How do I, this kind of gets at the work that, you're doing with these albums. For me, how do I um, take these teachings, the teachings of life, whether it's from Thai or nature, or, and kind of integrate them. And then for me, a part of that process is integration and then putting it into a song. And that's, I think, when I most deeply can absorb the teaching. And then what's fun is that then I can get to share it too. And I work with children a lot. So that's been really powerful, is being able to take these teachings and, certainly I have a lot of therapy songs that were written just to sort of work through my stuff. But then there's also this art has the capacity to be channeled, and that, just out there, and it's there for whoever can receive it next and take it in. And so I feel grateful to have this medium in which to communicate to kids, especially.
But we chose Pebble Meditation for the album. Can you tell us about the writing of that, and then we'll listen to it together?
So this is my grown-up music is under the artist name The Invisible Bee, but my children's music is my band name is Charity and the Jamband, and we do I've been releasing albums with this group since 2002, so God, over 2 decades now. And the music has sort of always been about really joy, finding joy, and kindness, and community, and celebration of life and earth. But when I discovered meditation and the Dharma and Thich Nhat Hanh and Plum Village, which was, all of this started maybe 16, 17 years ago, the particular way in which the poetry, I would say, of Thai's teachings spoke to me, and it's almost as if he was speaking to the inner child. And so a lot of those teachings just would kind of become a direct translation into a song for children. And Pebble Meditation is something that I discovered the practice through, just I practiced at Deer Park Monastery in Southern California, and just read a ton of those books and Thai's books, and discovered that I believe I learned the practice at Deer Park, and there's a book that goes along with it. And at the time, one of the things that I was doing alongside my performances and classes and recordings for kids is I was running summer camps. And so I would use this practice in the summer camps where they'd make the little cloth bags with a little drawstring, and we'd go to the beach. I, at the time, lived in San Francisco, and we'd walk down to Ocean Beach, and everyone would collect 4 pebbles, and we'd come back to my house, and we'd do the practice. It was so sweet. And imagine, these are 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. And so the song was born directly out of that practice. And, I worked with Parallax to make sure it was okay to, use the words of the practice in the song. And so I've used it with my children's programs for years now, but I find it very calming. It's for grown-ups too, so just in case anyone's gonna mute.
Please don't mute.
It's for all of us.
For me,
And maybe while the song is playing, since I don't have a video for it, just receiving the Thai's teaching through the music, or envisioning a room full of 60 preschoolers. I do this with one of my schools, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds sitting quietly, listening, breathing. And I have movements that go with it. And, it just, so that's the energy of peace and kindness and love that I've received from these teachings. And I hope it comes through in the song.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And thank you for joining us. Okay, I'll just share my sound here. Maybe give me a thumbs up if you can hear this okay. So this is Charity and the Jamband with Pebble Meditation.
see myself as a flower, breathing out. I feel fresh and new. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh and new. Flower, fresh. Flower, fresh. Flower, fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid and sure. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid and sure. Mountain, solid. Mountain, solid. Mountain, solid. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Still water, reflecting. Still water, reflecting. Still water, reflecting. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Space, free. Space, free. Space, free. Fresh and solid, reflecting and free. Patient, understanding, full of generosity. Peaceful and grateful, kind, awake and true. Full of love for me and full of love for you. Joyful and mindful, remembering how to be. Fresh, solid, reflecting and free.
Gorgeous. That was Charity and the Jamband with Pebble Meditation. So we can give some wavy flowers. Charity, thank you so much. It was so nice to have you with us. And yeah,
You.
nice to be in your yard with you.
Thanks for all you're doing.
Hey, you're so welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to play you a little video now before we see our next artist. Just to give you a little preview. wonderful. That was the sound of Joshua K. Hello, Josh.
Hi Joe, hi
Hey, good to
everyone.
see you.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, you
I'm
too. Thanks
hearing.
for having us.
Okay, so I'm hearing a little bit of echo of my own voice. Twan is going to help us with that, I think.
I think.
So, Josh, I think you need to turn off
turn off
or turn on the echo cancellation.
the echo cancellation. Echo cancellation turned on. How's that?
We're good. Oh, good. I can't hear, but yeah, great. Hey, Josh. Hey, thank you so much for coming. And yeah, how are you doing?
Thanks, Joe. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm very, very well. Yeah, and it's really nice to be here. So thanks for inviting me, and thanks so much for having me on this beautiful project.
Oh, you're so
Yeah,
welcome.
it's really special. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go down the same little journey there with you that I went with the other friends that we've interviewed, just to ask about music for you and yeah, what that has looked like through your life.
Yeah, music has been part of my life, I guess, for since I can remember, which I guess more seriously, well, I guess it began really when I was in school, and me and my brother, we would come home from school and college kind of every day really, and my brother got a drum kit, and we got like a really cheap electric guitar and a cheap amp, and we would just come home from school and just play every day after school, and that was like our thing. And we kind of jammed a lot. I was very inspired and kind of influenced by what he was listening to and doing, and he's my older brother, and yeah, we then kind of we're in bands together into our teenage years, and then I kind of continued to sort of explore writing as I kind of improved and found my way with playing the guitar, and started to learn songs and write my own songs. And well, I say write pieces of music. I guess it wasn't until not that long ago that I only finished a lot of songs, sort of consolidated stuff, about 5 years ago, and started to share that with the world. So yeah, very
lovely.
important. It's always been there to sort of lean on and help me kind of communicate my sort of complex and tricky relationship with life. Yeah, healing, lots of healing, therapeutic qualities to
And you mentioned your brother. He's still part of the journey with you, isn't he? Because I believe he helped to record what we just heard there, which is on the album Lotus Flower. Yeah.
Yes, so he's a professional producer and sound engineer, and mix engineer, and so I'm very fortunate in that situation because he's helped me a lot by giving me a lot of time and his expertise in recording and mixing. So yeah, he mixed and he recorded and mixed that song along with the other songs on that EP, which was released last year.
Oh yeah. And that's on Bandcamp, right? People can get that on Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's in all the usual places on
platforms.
Bandcamp and on Spotify.
It's on Spotify,
and
isn't it? Yeah.
SoundCloud.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can stream it as well.
Wonderful. And so you've got like a band of friends that kind of play with you live, because you play you're going to play for us tonight. You play solo, but you also play with a band, as we heard in that recording. So what's there? You've got guitars, drums, bass.
Yeah, so I've kind of always written songs. I generally tend to write songs that they have a bigger arrangement in mind, and I will try and I'll record those as demos in my room using kind of as many instruments that I can play myself, and maybe program drums and things. And then so it's been lovely to have this to finally find other musicians in a band in London near to where I live, that can kind of help communicate those songs in a live context. Yeah, and so that's been really wonderful, and it's kind of taken the project, which was up until last year, was really just me and maybe like another backing singer that I was kind of performing. That was kind of how I was sharing my songs in live. But yeah, so it's been lovely to be able to
Now you can really rock out.
exactly. It's been
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's a real learning. There's a lot to learn, and it's really challenging. I find it very very difficult, but
Mhm.
it's really great, and it's I really enjoy it. I really enjoy that sort of growth and learning that comes with and confidence building. Yeah,
Yeah.
performing live in a band, it's great fun, and working together with other people, it's really fun.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, well, thank you for,
Yeah,
allowing us to share the fruits of that. So you might play a song for us tonight?
yeah, yeah. I can play that song if you'd like to hear that one, the
I'd love
Lotus
to.
Flower.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the writing of it a little bit?
Yeah, so the song is about I struggled with chronic lower back pain for most of my 20s, sort of for about 10 years. And it kind of, it was really, it was a struggle. And it was a source of, I found myself I get very depressed, and it kind of blanketed my life in depression and pain, really.
Mm.
And it was nobody could really tell me what was going on, and what the problem was. So it was a journey of kind of trying to heal, really. And but like, I think, like a lot of situations where we experience suffering, I'm actually very very grateful for it, because it it catalyzed some kind of self-awareness, I guess, and cultivated more self-awareness. I cultivated more self-awareness, and and I kind of woke up a bit, I guess, and it then took me on a journey to find all these wonderful communities, and has made my life far richer, and more abundant. And I feel, I'm actually now, I don't suffer with that problem anymore. I managed to kind of fix that physical pain that I was in on a daily
Wow.
basis, which was debilitating. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this song was kind of an ode to kind of overcoming that pain. So it's personal, but it was kind of also just a note on it kind of acknowledges like a higher self, and that there's something bigger than us, and I felt like something was taking care of me and was guiding me to try and fix that problem.
Mm.
And I really believe that, and by like paying more attention to that, I feel I discovered new and beautiful worlds and friends and things that have helped me and enriched my life, and helped me heal. So yeah.
Take it away, Josh. Thank you so much. It's very touching.
Thanks, Joe. So I never really played this song live, actually, and so it's quite it's going to be interesting, and it's something I need to bring it to the band, because we don't perform this one, but everybody always says that it's one of their favourites, so I think it's time to bring it. So this is Lotus Flower. Thanks.
All you ever wanted was an answer. You brought me down, but it made it stronger. Dragged it into the mud and pulled it under. Rise again, a lotus flower. Ooh. gotta learn to smile and climb back over. If there is no other way round this pain, then rise and fall and rise again. If you feel falling apart, I'm gonna carry you home. If you feel falling apart, 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 I will carry you on.
Thank you very much, Josh. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Yes, and before you go, I want you to let us know when you're playing live, because you have a gig coming up. Is that right?
Yes, I have. I've got a couple of gigs coming up, and I've got one on Tuesday in London, in London Bridge, and I've got another one in London in Stockwell on the 4th of November.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that, and they'll be with the whole band. So yeah, super fun. So if anyone's in London and fancies coming along, please do join, and yeah, we'd love to have you there.
Wonderful. Great. Josh, thank you so much. I wish you a
Thanks
nice...
so much, Joe. Thanks for having me and for
Yeah, so
having-
welcome.
have the honour of being part of Peace Sounds 3. Cheers.
Oh, bless you. And thank you for that lovely segue. This is what Peace Sounds 3 looks like. And we have, I'm going to spotlight myself and ask if I can do this. So the album is available in a physical copy. With it, you get this artwork, which is printed with vegetable inks, recycled box, and you get a bunch of these Peace Sounds postcards and this pucker peace tea bag for your first listen. The album is also available on Bandcamp, and also you can get the physical one through the Plum Village site, and I think Tuan has put the link in the chat box there, and will again. So yeah, all money is going towards the Being Peace Practice Center. So another artist who is on the record is Ha Down. Now Ha is in Vietnam and sent us this video. I'm just going to share this for you.
Good evening, UK. This is Ha, joyful rainbow of the heart, speaking to you from the Central Highlands in Vietnam. That means I am 6 hours ahead of the UK, so I am unfortunately unable to join the listening launch party for the Peace Sounds 3. Also, at the moment, I am living in a practice center, so we also have noble silence after 9:45, so I cannot stay up late to join the online Zoom session like before. So here is a video of me filming myself in advance. I am very honored and happy to be featured this time in the album to raise funds for the upcoming Being Peace Practice Center in the UK. Whenever I think of Plum Village tradition and K community, it always brings such a huge grin on my face and also sunshine as well. It's where I felt truly at home while I was being away from home in a far west country. So I practiced with Wake Up London, Heart of London Sangha and Colours of Compassion when I was in the UK before, and the three sanghas are like my spiritual friends and family, and I always have such a special place in my heart for everyone there. I would like to send my gratitude first of all to Joe Holtaway, my dear friend, my dear brother in the Sangha, who inspired me a lot to write and to sing and to perform and to share my gift to the world, and also to all of my friends in Plum Village UK Sanghas who are like my rock during my years in the UK. And I miss you guys a lot. I felt really seen when I'm with the Sangha, with such a beautiful community, and it's such an honor, a pleasure, a miracle to be seen, to be felt, to be heard. And this song is about that how sweet moment to be here. So I hope you guys enjoy. So goodbye friends, sending you lots of sunshine from where I am, and hope to you guys soon. Bye.
So we're going to now have a couple of songs from a sister duo called Rising Appalachia. I'm sure many of you will know who they are. They've kind of become very, very popular in the last kind of couple of years. And they joined in with the Winter Warmer Festival in 2020 and made a little video, which I never really played in full. Had a lovely conversation with them, and they knew about Plum Village and wanted to be included in that, and sent me this lovely video, which was amazing for a band who are kind of on big tours and doing a lot of stuff. So it's very touching. Such is the reach of Plum Village, I think. So I thought I'd play this out for you. And then we'll see. We also had Melissa James joining us live this evening. She was in the previous room, so we'll see if she comes back this evening. And that'll be our closing for the evening. And if not, we'll just listen to her track. So this is Rising Appalachia with 2 tracks. They do a cappella, Bright Morning Stars, and then they play Resilient.
Hello Plum Village people, friends, everybody gathering for this online festival in support of the amazing work of Plum Village. We're Rising Appalachia. Yeah! And we were asked to share some music with you all, so it's an honor to share and cross-pollinate with all of you good people.
Until we get to pay a visit soon.
Yeah! So we're gonna do 2 songs, and we'll start with an a cappella called Bright Morning Stars. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising.
now for you an original with good words for the times. It's called Resilient. Trust the movement, I negate the chaos, uplift the negative, I'll show up at the table, again and again and again, I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out front. Yeah, I've got my crew, but truth is what I want. Realigned and on point, power to the peaceful, prayers to the waters, women at the center, all vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system right down to its knees. Whoa, 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 whoa,
The beautiful sounds of Rising Appalachia. Yeah, so the second one there, Resilient, and we thank you, Joanne, welcome back. Yeah, we're so sorry about that. It's you never know, somehow these links get to people and they get in, and yeah. So there we go, a deep breath. So we have one more guest this evening, and this person is going to closes the album and is joining us for a song this evening. So that's Melissa, who I'm going to ask Tuan to find in the list of friends here and bring into spotlight with me. So Melissa James is a singer and songwriter, and quite the activist as well. Melissa's done a lot of work with racism and bringing kind of awareness of that experience and how music kind of plays into that and bringing that to conversation in something called Stronger on Sundays. There's Melissa. And another talent of Melissa's is the stage, and Melissa is actually just coming back from being on stage theatre in London. Melissa, hello.
Hi there.
Hi, so good to be with you. Hey, how's it going? How are you feeling? You have been on stage tonight, right?
I have, yeah.
How was it?
It was good. Yeah, it's just, yeah, such a great thing to be able to do. Such a pleasure. And also a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you.
Lovely. Can you tell us about the what's the production?
Yeah, so it's quite different from anything I've done in a long time. I'm in an Agatha Christie production. The play is called Witness for the Prosecution. And it's just great. Yeah, it's such a brilliant cast in London, and I just feel totally privileged to be there and to be part of it, given I haven't acted for so many years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just loving it. It's just a lot of shows, a lot of work.
Can I ask, like, as a musician,
evening off,
right? As a musician who's used to being in front of people playing, is it very different being on stage as an actor from being a musician playing?
Yes and no. It's different in the sense that obviously I'm not myself when I go on stage. Yeah, there is some difference. But it's also not in the sense that I love being on stage. So yeah, I mean, it is very different. When I'm on stage musically, I'm singing my songs mostly. Or even if I'm not singing my songs and I'm maybe doing a cover song, I'm bringing so much of myself to that performance. Whereas in this case, I'm embodying or trying to embody the personality of the character. And so in my head, I've created, obviously you have the script, and the script gives you some idea of who this person is, but I'm also creating in my head the story of this person, what makes them tick, who are they, how do they move, how do they drink their water, and all those things that we do as human beings. So I have to bring those things into a visual performance on stage, and of course that's really different from just rocking up on stage and just singing the songs as I want to. But it's a really great way, I think, of it's quite common for actors to be psychotherapists or artists, I think, generally. And it's a really great way of having to study another personality and understand what makes somebody be the way that they are, what makes them the human being that they are. Because as you're cultivating this story around who they are and why they do what they do, why they might be behaving in the way that they are, you have to develop some sort of understanding towards them. And when is that ever not a useful thing to do? to develop understanding of another. So it's such a brilliant practice, actually. I say it's a brilliant practice. I haven't mastered it myself.
That's why it's called a practice, isn't it? I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the practice. It's just, it feels like such a gift at the moment. I mean, I always feel it's a gift to do what I do. But I especially feel like it's a gift at the moment because I'm surrounded by people who've been training and acting for longer than I have, and I just feel like this little newbie who's coming in, and but being so welcomed, everybody's so great towards each other. It's just wonderful.
I'm mindful of your energy, but I would like to ask about your musical journey a little bit, as abridged as you want to make it. Like, what's your, how did it begin for you? And please.
My journey into music and into being an artist generally has been very stop-start, because I was always encouraged not to be an artist. Basically, my parents didn't understand that realm, that world, and even though my dad was, a great singer and self-taught harmonica player, but it, of course, like many people would say, it's not seen as a job, a proper job. So they sort of quite quickly put that idea out of my head, and so I just wanted to do a normal, ordinary, well, I wanted to work in the media essentially. So I studied media studies at university, so that I could have a better path, a clearer path to having a good job. But it was in that process of being at university that I ended up mixing with music and media students who basically took me along this path of more into music. And then when I left university, working in the media as I was always still doing things musically, open mics and singer-songwriter nights and jazz jams and all that sort of stuff. So it was always part of my life. And eventually I just realized I couldn't, long story short, I couldn't really avoid it anymore. It was always pulling me. So yeah, it's always been a part of my life. Just only in the last sort of 10 to 15 years, I guess, has it been more openly a thing that I acknowledge that I do, and tell people I do without sort of feeling like it's something to be ashamed of.
Sure. I mentioned there about how you've taken your kind of love for music and also brought it you've interspersed it with this wish to bring out this activism within music. And is that something that will be continuing? Because it's been quite something that we've very much appreciated within Plum Village, and I just wondered if that's something that's continuing on and so on.
Yeah, well, I guess as long as there are things that propel me into wanting to add my voice to them, or to try to change them for what I guess I perceive to be the better, for everybody, then I think I'll always be activated to try to do something. And my way of doing that is always through art, is always through music, really. And even acting. Ultimately, while this isn't Agatha Christie play, and that will just be another way of expression, of telling stories, because we have so many stories to tell, and when we tell these stories, we do get better understanding of each other and of other people's lives and why they do things. So yeah, I think that will always be the way, and feel it should be. I never seek to do it, though. That's just what kind of happens. But now I've kind of accepted, seems the wrong word, but accepted that that's what I do, that I use music as part of my activism.
That's lovely. And it's this kind of music and conversation as well that I think is so much appreciated from the events I've been to from you, and how, like you say there, about the stories that come out of everyone. Very much so. The music helps to hold the conversation, certainly in relation to, I think you're referring to Stronger on Sundays, right.
And that's the case, that especially when the conversations are difficult, and feel it feels much easier to try to avoid them. The music helps to create a soft place for the difficult conversations to land. Or in the case of, my Big Sing and mental health project, the music helps us to just come together without necessarily needing to have a conversation, just coming together and just being with each other's voices in music. And then that creates something else in a different way. It just creates a connection where the music is the focus, and we're not necessarily seeking to ask each other questions. We're just being with each other musically, which is also just in another way such a wonderful thing to do.
Could you share just briefly about what that project was, and is maybe ongoingly, the mental health project?
Yeah, sure. So Sing for Sane is a Big Sing and mental health project that I started by accident in 2016. I say by accident because I just planned to do the one big sing. In fact, I didn't even plan that. I was recording my record, I was just making a recording, and a song on that is Live Again, that's on that record, stripped back. And in the process of recording that song, which I'd written a couple of years before that, based on the situation of somebody close to me who was struggling, really having a difficult time mentally. But in the process of recording it 2 years later, I realized that this was maybe about them, yes, but it was also very much about myself. So I was writing the song that actually I needed to concede for myself, or to listen to the messages of that song. And anyway, then decided that it would be great to invite members of the public to sing it with me, which we did in London at Heathrow Airport in February 2016. And that then led to doing a Big Sing recording of the song, with all the proceeds from that going to a mental health charity in the UK called Sane. So that's why it's Sing for Sane. So yeah, and then there were just lots of other events, and I'm planning another event for next year. The largest event it will have been to date, World Mental Health Day next year. So yeah, it's just taken me on such a journey, and it's just been brilliant. Yeah.
How can people find out about that? Would it be on your website?
Yeah, and socials. I haven't really spoken much about it yet because it's still very much in the early stages of just trying to sort it out, and found the venue, but just deciding what that concert's going to look like. But certainly, there will be details via my social media at Melissa James UK, and website melissa-james.com. So yes, do keep in touch to get the details on that.
Lovely. And you've got some energy in you left to play us a song, which is so good of you, Melissa. Thank you. After your busy thing.
It always helps to it always helps to sing, to give me a little bit more energy. So I'm happy to. What I'm going to do is just turn the light on there, because I realize that I'm disappearing in the dark.
It gives me the opportunity just to thank everyone for coming. We're going to close after this, and that'll be about the amount of time we said we'd be online for. Thanks for rejoining us in this room. And if you're seeing this video having seen the halfway through the other one and then this joined on, then that's the whole experience for you. So thank you so much. There's a few artists that we didn't play this evening. I'm just going to acknowledge them. So we have these also on the album is Island Within Myself, three women harmony singing, so they're from Mexico. And then Naya, who is Wake Up with Vedanta, who has a beautiful song, and is maybe with us, I think, actually, after being in Plum Village on a retreat. Marcus Well-Bridger is also from the States, sings the famous Plum Village song, I say L-O-V-E, and also a song by myself and Manu Faranzina called There's a Place. So yeah, please do download the album from the link which will be in the chat box shortly, and also you can find it on Bandcamp if you'd like to get your music there. So Melissa, you play us out and then we'll have a sound of the bell to say goodnight afterwards. Just going to unmute you, Melissa.
Okay, great.
There we go.
So yeah, I know you'd planned to play not sing still if I wasn't here. But I can't play my own song on guitar. That I leave that to the great musicians that I work with. So I'm going to play a simpler song. The lockdown was a difficult time for many of us in different ways, obviously more challenging for some of us than for others. But, you know, not everything's all bad or all good, is it? There are some good things to come out of difficulty. And one of the good things for me was that because I didn't have my great musicians around me, it forced me to pick up the guitar more and to use it to create songs, even if they were simple, you know, just working with the tools you have rather than feeling like I shouldn't use them at all. So I created, this was one of the songs, one of the many songs actually I created during that period. And it was shortly before Ty's continuation day. And I just remember somehow coming across some words of his online somehow. I can't even remember how. And one of them was his quote, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. And I just loved that image. And then also, it is my conviction that peace is the way. And basically, I took those lines and created this song very simply, but I always love doing it. So this is Kissing the Earth with Your Feet.
Melissa, can I stop you? Are you able to put original sound on your computer?
Oh, sorry, because we logged out.
I know, I forget myself.
That you are kissing the earth with your feet. We can walk in a way that we only print on earth, serenity and peace. Ooh, the way it is my conviction that peace is the way. Ooh, the way. It is my conviction that peace is the way. Walk in a way that you are kissing the earth with your feet. Walk in a way that we only print on earth, serenity and peace. Ooh, the way. It is my conviction that peace is the way. Ooh, the way. It is my conviction that peace is the way. Peace is the way. Peace is the way. Peace is the only way. It's the 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 way. Peace is the way. It's 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 the only way. Peace is the way. Peace is the way. Peace is the way. Peace is the way.
Thank you, Melissa. Wow, how I love that song. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for being such a wonderful presence in the community, and we wish you a very good night's rest. You must be exhausted. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll be up writing songs all night. I don't know.
Yeah, you got me started now. No,
Yeah, that's right. All right.
It's a lovely thing to be able to be part of. And
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Take care and good night. Thank you, everyone. It's lovely to have been with you, and I'm just gonna give us a sound of the bell and 30 seconds of silence, and then we're going to play out with a song called Tender by Naya. Vedanta Wake Up has been part of the record, and yeah, it's lovely to have his music on this, and we'll put a link where you can find out more in the chat, and that will kind of send us to sleep, so we'll close the meeting after that. But yeah, first 30 seconds and the sound of the bell. Thank you again.
Tender was always the night, and under its gracious gaze we'd run home. The frost beat the mud on our backs, we'd stumble and soar as we'd run home. just folly to lose. Guided by gate as we'd run home. I loved you, I'll never let go. Said I every pace as we'd run home. Sometimes I wait a bit too long to find another way home, another way home. Tender remembers the night where under its gracious gaze we'd run home. I loved you, I'll never let go. Say hi every pace as I run home.
Thank you very much, everyone. Really lovely to be with you, and I hope that you have a peaceful night's sleep, and I hope you enjoy listening to the album when you download it or buy it from the link. Yeah, take care and continue in your wonderful ways. I wrote something that goes in the album, which I'll just read to close. This is a big thank you to all the Peace Sounds artists involved, and all the previous Peace Sounds artists too. The label project grew from a fundraising campaign to support Thich Nhat Hanh and the Plum Village Monastics on a tour to the UK in 2012, and since has become a home for music and audio singing and speaking for and about peace. We encourage you to follow the artists online. Beyond these songs, there are many more. They are activists, dreamers, believers, friends, parents, writers of a more peaceful world, as you are for listening. Thank you, Peace Sounds. Good night, everyone. Thank you.